right, welcome to the live.
Yeah, the impromptu live.
Yeah, basically, we've been sitting around for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes trying to figure out what to read, the next couple of reads before Gary flees the country for better climes. And I couldn't come up with anything. So Gary's just, let's do an impromptu live. So here you go.
Yeah. Well, the other thing was
now you know.
Well, Dave and I were like, okay, what do you want to read on? I don't have anything. It just we exchanged a couple ideas. Nothing seemed to be really terribly interesting or appealing. I mean, we could put a reading out there and you'll get 2,000 or 3,000 people to watch it, and then it's just like it's a little disheartening. It's like if we put content out there, we want it to be something you guys are interested in, because there's lots of options.
And nothing screams disinterest like putting up a video on what the economy is going to look like and it gets a whopping 2,000 views.
Exactly.
Woo! Wow. Well, at least 2,000 people viewed it, which means maybe 500 were interested in it.
Yeah. So we did the recent video where we were talking about Melania and her hat. And
oh, God.
Hats in that video.
I should go get my hat out of the closet.
You need your pimpin' hat. People were asking.
That's the one I was looking at. It's in the closet right to the side of me here.
Why don't you go grab it?
Yeah.
Right. I can hold down the fort.
Yeah.
So and you guys loved that video. That one got lots of views. It's doing almost as well on day 2 as our current video is doing on day 1.
I just think there's a lot of stuff going on. And Melania's hat was low-hanging fruit. It's just like, what the hell is she wearing? Okay, and all it takes is one prop, a wide brim hat pulled down low and looking down the whole time with bad Russian accent. Even though she's not Russian, but yeah, we're Americans. We don't care.
Eastern Bloc style, but yeah, it's fun. It's the levity that we all need, because there's just so much news and things are so it's so heavy right now, and it feels like there's no uplift. And if we could just have a good chuckle, it really kind of lightens the load a bit. And then I just saw a comment. PKB.
I do want to thank the folks that Linda G just ended her broadcast. I was watching it prior to Gary messaging me saying he was ready to go. So yeah, all the folks that were just over with Linda G, come on over, join the party. We'll have about 1/10 as many people. Linda had over 7,000 folks in the.
Oh my gosh!
In the crowd. Oh. We'll be lucky if we hit 700.
Yeah, I mean, we typically do between 600 and 1,000, and that's when we plug it.
Exactly, that's when we advertise. We're 230 now. We're not feeling bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So PKB was commenting, is like, do positive stuff. You know what? And that's what we want to do. Maybe we'll just sort of focus on that. See how much uplift we can do. Yeah, we'll do whatever you guys want. Just throw in all caps suggestion, and we'll just go ahead and read on it. But it's 2:00 here out on the West Coast. It's absolutely glorious right now. It's probably about 75 degrees outside. It'd be about 22 degrees Celsius for those of you that measure it that way.
Measure it scientifically.
Yes. So Dave, he's got a degree in science, and
I'm like Mr. Science.
Yes, science.
I have a master's degree in science, which is technically true. I have a BS and an MS.
Yes,
and both in the scientific fields.
And I remember back when we were in college, Dave, you were making a comment about how much more sense the metric system makes.
Yes,
and
it's awesome.
I didn't really appreciate that until I started baking, because it's like if you want a gram of something, it weighs the same as the measurement is the same as the weight. So if you want a gram of water or a centiliter of water or something like that,
mil.
It's just
a mil.
A mil.
A gram.
A mil.
A mil of water is 1 cubic centimeter, and it weighs 1 gram.
Yes.
So you can convert water to be by either volume or weight.
It's
And with baking,
beautiful.
and as you've learned with baking, it's not volume that you want; it's weight that you want. So you've got. When did you first start baking bread? With some degree of consistency.
I had bread machines in the past, so probably.
Right, but I mean, not with the bread machine, just with doing like you do now.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. When was the first time you bought a scale for your kitchen?
I bought it to bake bread.
Yes.
Because baking is science.
Yes. and the thing is, and the bakers know this, but for other folks that may or may not know this, the flour can have varying moisture content.
Yep.
So when you're weighing it, if you go by volume, you don't know what you're getting. If you go by weight, then you've got a known amount of material.
Yes.
So if it's a heavier or denser flour, you don't want a cup of a denser flour. Think of sugar, powdered sugar, or like if you put something through flour through a sifter.
Yep.
A cup of it is going to be light and fluffy compared to a non-sifted thing of flour. So, but the weight would be the same. Like the adage, what weighs more, 100 pounds of gold or 100 pounds of feathers?
That's right.
Answer is they both weigh the same. They're 100 pounds, but which one takes up a much larger volume?
Exactly. So, someone put a comment. Someone just mentioned in the comments about Melania looked like the leg lamp from A Christmas Story.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, yeah. That somebody else commented like, the yellow dress and purple belt, and it wasn't even purple. It was like a lavender color.
Yeah. So Christine Foster, who said Melania looked like a lamp with that hat? Heard that somewhere, and called her Melanie again while in UK. Someone put a super funny. Here it is.
Carol, I absolutely agree. Love Alton Brown, and I watch his Thanksgiving Day special pretty much every year, and I make my turkey like he did in his 1991, 1992 Thanksgiving Day special. And that show still cracks me up. And I want to put this out there. The character W is personality-wise was very similar to Gary's first wife. his first wife, and I don't mean that was her normal personality because it wasn't, but she could have played that role like that. She would have been perfect for it.
Yeah, they wrote it for her.
Exactly. Keep moving.
Yes. What said, I thought Melania looked like the leg lamp from the Christmas movie. Someone in the comments, so think that cracked me up. What? And then Monica Leesom wrote in our comments today. She said about our video about Melania was one of the best video ever in Germany. The running gag, the new standing lamp, Melania from IKEA.
The comment that I always thought was humorous was, and it was the thumbnail that I had put up at least on my channel, where you've got Charles, Camilla, and Trump all in the front, and then she's like 5 yards behind them, looking like the Grim Reaper, just waiting to cull all three of those people at the same time. And it's sad because Charles is only 75, Trump is 79, and I don't know how old Camilla is.
Yeah.
But and King Charles has been fighting cancer.
Yeah.
Trump's just as unhealthy. And Camilla as well. She's Camilla. They look really old, tired, and feeble. And it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid looking at people in their late 60s, early 70s. They just look like they were on death's door. And now it's like people who are 70 years old or 80 years old are like the old 60s and 70s.
She's 78.
Oh, okay.
Camilla, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, especially if you. I love the old movies, and you look at a movie from the 40s or the 50s. Man, if you were in your 50s, you were old. It was like, oh man.
And I don't think it's because we've gotten older that we just look. I think they just really looked old. If you'd probably be surprised, what, that guy's only 53 in this movie? oh my God, he looks like he's 70 or beyond.
Yeah, it was rough. Those were rough years back then.
Harder time. All right. What do you have a theme on what you were? I've got some questions started. If you want to look at those, or if you want to just do happy readings today, or something along those lines.
Hey, whatever you guys want to read on. If you've got uplifting readings that you want us to do, we're happy to do them. But if you want to go down that fear rabbit hole, we'll do that. I mean, I'm going to put a solo out coming up. I had just read an article or a news bit about Ted Cruz saying, kind of scolding, taking the FCC chairman to task about his willingness to take away ABC's broadcasting license over their opinions, what they're broadcasting. And Ted Cruz is basically saying, this is a really bad idea, guys. This is like mafioso tactics.
Yeah.
And for Ted Cruz to finally get it, how far down the right-wing rabbit hole do you have to be before Ted Cruz is going, you know what, this might be uncomfortable for me. This is beyond my Overton window.
Yeah.
So I printed out an article from Dr. Lawrence Britt. It's called The 14 Characteristics of Fascism. And I was reading it to my wife, and it's scary. It is absolutely scary. Bo, the Fifth Column, about 5 or 6 years ago, did a video on it, and it was right after Biden took office, and we were on the doorstep. We weren't there, but we were approaching it, looking at these 14 characteristics. We might be actually there. It's just, can we back away from this, because we are frighteningly close. And I'll do a solo on that. Dave doesn't want to go down into that cesspool.
I think Ted Cruz is known all along, but I think they finally crossed a point where even he's mildly alarmed as to what's going on. By the way, hi Clarence Fields. I was saying hello to him over in Linda G's chat, and he's over here now too.
Yay!
Folks that were messaging over there. There was an interesting comment I just started related to what you were just saying. Will YouTube be censored? At the rate Trump is going, yes. Not yet. He's going after high-profile comedians and stuff like that, going after the major networks, because Trump has got that old school thinking of, all the eyeballs are on ABC, NBC, and CBS type of thing. And eventually, if he's able to make the major networks cower to him, then the non-old heads in the White House will point him towards YouTube, and then they'll start going after Midas Touch,
the big players there,
Lincoln Project, Young Turks. Eventually, we'll go after like Mary Trump. He'll start going after them, and keeping an eye out on podcasts like who's that dipshit on Spotify? I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's the one Midas Touches have finally popularing. I can't even speak today. Joe Rogan. He'll basically cow Joe Rogan into submission too, and stuff like that. They'll go after the big ones.
Thank Lizelle. Hey, Linda Lancaster from Virginia. Hey, Linda. Love you too. Thanks. Cheers. Right on, Christina. Woo!
Christina, we're both married men. We can't have sex.
That's only one.
Well, I took care of it for us this morning. You're welcome.
Oh, bye. TMI. Will YouTube be censored? Let's do a little four-card. Well, I mean, yes, because they're already censoring our videos where I have to put little pink stickers on to cover up the naughty bits. Will YouTube be censored? because of tendencies towards fascism and content. Well, we got to protect the children, make sure it's family friendly. Trump wants to keep everything of value. We got to stick to our values. It's progressing slowly. It could be, but it's moving forward, but it's in a reckless fashion. And there's my stickered. But underneath it, we've got the relationships and the agreements and the promises and the understandings. They are going to try.
It's already happening. His cards, it's already happening. It just, because YouTube already sort of self-censors, it's not gone crazy yet. But also realize, and it's one of the connections we have to make, and we don't always have visibility to this. Thank you, Jessica, for joining us. 5:30 in the morning. Sleep. Every one of these instances where the major networks have prostrated themselves to Trump and his threats, it's because they've had some type of merger deal going that's in the pipeline, and Trump has signaled oftentimes to the FCC that the FCC is not going to approve that merger unless you do me a favor first.
Yes, if you're not placating dear leader. And that was the deal with ABC and was it Jimmy Kimmel that they canceled? Yeah, because ABC's in the middle of a $5 or $6 billion merger and acquisition, and they don't want to lose the deal. So that's why Kimmel got suspended.
And also ESPN, which is part of the Disney Plus package. They're trying to do a merger with the NFL Network. And there was another, let's see, who was it? Oh, when Colbert got knocked out, there was a big merger that was going on with that one. Yeah. So it's like Trump understand. He's a kind of a dullard, but he does understand the business parts of things. And he knows when there's mergers that he's got leverage over things. So that's why he's picking on the major networks, because he has some financial leverage over them to make them do what he wants them to do.
Who will be? Oh, that's nice, Cindy. Who will be the first on Trump's team to turn on him? Let's see. Give me a description of the first person Trump's team to turn on him. Okay, it could be a family member. 10 of Pentacles. It could be money driven or value driven. They're just seeing the old man, and conversations are happening. There's that damn 4 of Pentacles. Trump keeping everything to himself. It's almost like Trump is keeping all of the money and all the grift, and it's someone who wants their fair share that they don't feel like they're getting it. All Pentacles. King of Pentacles, you need to, you've got everything of value, and I'm not happy with what you're offering me. And I'm going to take what's mine, take what's coming to me. Oh boy. I'm getting a lot of male energy, and I'm getting a lot of greed energy.
So I look at that, and it's somebody in his cabinet that would be an oligarch, and they're losing money because of Trump's policies. And he's disagreeing with Trump's policies, and just realizing that there's no saving this guy. And when I've done readings on it, I get the King of Pentacles coming up as well. And that, to me, I've always read that as oligarchs. American oligarchy gets them out.
I mean, in some ways, you could say Elon was the first one that kind of turned on him. But he wasn't an integral member of the team. He was just a convenient wallet, to kind of fund some things. But they've certainly had their falling out. But we'll see what that's just kind of the character. That's more the motivation, is like Dave was saying. It's either they want more of the grift, or they feel that Trump's costing them money.
I want to do a specific one because somebody had put up the name Ivanka. Would Ivanka, is she involved at all in his removal? Just going to go straight up with that one because I have some thoughts on that, but I really don't want to share them. Page of Swords, and that's why I don't want to share them. Spy in the Camp. There's also, this is a young woman. Page of Cups. Young woman who's
Laura
had to do things that were very distasteful. Emotional walking away. Ten of Swords. Not wanting to do something again. Not wanting to be reborn again. Wheel of Fortune. Would she do it in a second? She's already moved away from him, but she would do it on two reasons. One, to protect herself and her wealth, but there's more of, with the cups and the Ten of Swords. It's the one thing I am going to say it out loud. It's purely entertainment purposes only, speculation. I've got no newsworthy information, no factual information to back this up, other than creepy ass comments by her dad, the person her dad was hanging out with, and her age at the time.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
That you might be trading something for something.
Ew.
And you can have Ivanka, you go with Mr. Guy over there, and then Mr. Guy over there will give me something that I want.
Ew.
So it wouldn't surprise me if we found out that she was trafficked. It would not surprise me. I don't want to read on it. Don't even like talking about it. But I kind of want to just put that out there that if we find out one day that she claims she has been, I would probably believe her. Because what would be more shameful or humiliating? There's only one action that would be more shameful and humiliating. And that would be something incestuous.
Oh, you.
Yeah, sorry, gross topics. But assuming that he doesn't cross that line, that would be the next thing he would do.
When you throw that spread, I got Marjorie Taylor Greene on that.
Really? You like her? Huh?
Yeah, it's just like, I fought for you. I'm part of the MAGA crazy, but I am now distancing myself from you, and I want this to come. My relationship with you to come to an end. Because you had the Ten of Swords, the Page of Cups,
and that's one of those ones. The Casablanca, that modeling agency, that was like the gateway into the trafficking, whether it was to get pictures. Because I was hearing stories like they would have the girls go into the thing and they want to do photo shoots, and they didn't have a dressing room, but they would want them to change costumes. So you could easily set up a camera back there to get these girls changing. And we know that Trump will walk in he owns the Miss Teen USA or Teen World pageants or something, and then he'd go walk in the dressing rooms to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
He's vile. And I'm sorry, we're gonna have to move away from this topic.
Yeah. Come on, let's back to the uplift. Swim upstream.
Do we have any uplifting ones? Here you go. How about this one? This is something rather benign.
Did you read the effects of the new moon in the eclipse? Oh, I don't know when the eclipse is going to be. But sure, let's read on the effects of that. I have no idea. So this is going to go a direction that only the cards know.
Yeah, you can make up anything you want on this one.
Did you read on the effects of the new moon and the eclipse? Okay, what are the effects of the new moon and the eclipse? I'm going to give this a double cut. What are the effects of the new moon and the eclipse? Okay, what are some of the effects we'll see from the new moon and the eclipse? Oh dear. People will die. No, we're going to be coming to an end. A cycle is coming to an end. We have choices, or we have decisions, actions that we can take. As this ending takes place, we have actions. Some are high energy, some are low energy. That will affect our future. We've got the Nine of Wands, which is about all the battles we fought, and we know we've got at least one more to go. but we've been actions have been taken against us. We've been fighting, and we know we're not quite through it. We're tired, but we're not through it. And then you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is taking care of the things you value, the things you love. And the energy underneath it is the Devil. Wow, if you wanted to read this as a dear leader, boy, this sure could be written as a dear leader having some sort of unfortunate event.
Health event.
Where it's just your end of the cycle. You had too many battles. You didn't take care of yourself, and it's time for a change. You should have taken better care of yourself. Now, that was not the direction I was expecting that to go. I'm not predicting a health event, but if you wanted health event cards, you could pick worse ones than those.
Same read.
Yeah, what do you get?
What do I get with this burden? Heavy energy. Hopefully we're near the end of this. Gary had the 9. Yeah, things are going to come crashing down. Hanged Man, looking at things differently. King of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. It's going to be like some tough actions or tough decisions need to be made, but there could be some unusual alliances being formed, ones we don't see coming because of sudden crashes and of people. I just wonder if there is a crashing of the economy is really overstating it, because it's the new moon energy, and this is also kind of dovetailing off of Gary's. It's not like September 25th, the stock market or the economy is going to crash. But I think what that new moon in eclipse energy is doing is it's kind of like the last sort of cog that goes into place to lead to an economic collapse or something like that in the U.S. And by collapse, I don't mean like we're all on the street with selling pencils and tin cups or anything like that. But it's like the system, as the house of cards that's been built up by this administration with its tariffs and its changing trade policies and the extortions they're doing around the world, it finally just collapses under its own weight or slight breeze because it's a house of cards.
Right now, a lot of the major corporations have been eating the tariff costs, the tariff expense. They have not passed as much of the tariff expense onto the end customer. At some point, they are going to do that. Yeah. And what you'll see is prices going up. The inflation numbers will go up. Yes. It's like the wealthy people can only do so much for the economy. Mm-hmm. They can only buy so much. And I think I just saw somebody said something like the economy can keep going if the wealthy people get out there and start spending a bunch of money to keep it going. Because the folks at the bottom, they don't have 2 nickels to rub together. Yeah, they're tapped out. You've tapped them out. Yeah, so it's with the interest rates going down. I was reading an article where they're saying you might see some stock market appreciation, stock market inflation, if you will, but eventually everything is going to come to a head. So it's do what you can to fill up your pantry now. That's probably the best advice I could give, is just make sure that you've got yourself covered in case it's belt tightening time. Exactly. And if you ask Gary right now, the answer is going to be 8. Yes. But now the question is 42. How many pounds of pasta does he have in his pantry right now? I don't know. I bought a pound today. I might have 9. His kids give him a hard time. Gar has 8 pounds of pasta in the pantry. But that's the thing about spaghetti, pasta, that sort of thing.
it keeps forever.
That keeps a long time.
It's stackable. It's easy to make. It's filling. And if you're like me and you eat carbs to compensate for emotional support, hey, God bless you.
That's right.
You got your emotional support pasta.
Well, it's like, but the stuff about today was like an elbow macaroni because I put it in the minestrone soup I make.
I was watching a podcast on TikTok. It was a British-based podcast, and they were talking about the song "Yankee Doodle Dandy."
Oh yes.
And apparently, it's supposed to be a very insult. It started off life as an insulting song to Americans.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's like they're so simple that they think if they do something fancy, that somehow makes them posh.
Well.
Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yeah, that now I understand what that means.
Well, that was putting I guess feathers in a hat was very fancy at the time. It was very stylish. But tasting history with Max Miller, he actually goes into that. That's a very very consistent with the episode he did on that. And macaroni was just a generic term, kind of like pasta. It could be it could be a whole bunch of different types of items, but the macaroni was just kind of a generic term that was used.
All right, so we've got some things here.
Yeah.
Here we go. We want to say thank you, Cindy Grogan.
Rose blue, yay!
Get those confetti poppers. Don't like
they're not just for New Year's anymore, right? Yay, right. Susan Rotella.
Thank you, Susan.
Cheers.
And Rotella is a kind of pasta, isn't it? Now, Robin, on the other hand, has got the right idea. Foods and chicken tacos.
Yeah, baby. You know, Robin, I got to say, Robin put some of the most thoughtful comments in the section. Dave, if you ever get a chance, you should read some of the stuff Robin writes. It's always on point. It's very thoughtful. I know you would appreciate her insights that she puts into these things.
Super.
So, Robin,
awesome.
thank you so much.
All right. Mountain View Monkey.
Mountain View Monkey. Hey, that's just down the road.
Yeah, but by the thumbnail, I think it's not Mountain View, California. I think
that looks like
Mountain View.
Proper mountains. Thank you, Mountain Monkey, or Mountain View Monkey. And oh my goodness, thank you, Ann. Cheers.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, I think that catches up. Switching gears, let's go international, shall we?
Oh, is Ukraine gaining? I have not read anything on what's been going on with Ukraine and Russia. There's a guy that posts videos on basically updates on the different battle fronts, and I haven't watched him in a while. Is Ukraine gaining? Let's look. I mean, it depends which media you watch, right? Let's see. How's Ukraine doing?
I like watching, I think it's called RFN News. It's on YouTube.
Okay, Foundation is the magician. It's about manifesting results. Being, this is not a bad card for Ukraine. This is about, hey, we've got another use for this. The main clarifier is the Knight of Pentacles. They're sitting back. They're observing the battlefield. They've got creative solutions. They're observing their opportunities to use them. Page of Cups, they're being creative.
Yep.
Seven of Swords, they're taking the resources away from the Russians, taking the fight out of them. And then you got, God, that Lovers card keeps showing up on the bottom. And eventually, they are forming much stronger bonds and relationships with the European partners.
Yes.
So are they gaining? Will Russia being the one to sue for peace? These are great cards that would suggest that Ukraine's position is very good, and that the end result of that could be that Russia is going to need to will start to recognize that they're just pouring money. They're pouring money into a fire pit. They're not making much progress, if any progress, and they're just throwing money and money and money in there. At some point, they just won't be able to afford it anymore.
Yeah, and what I'm getting is things calming down because we're getting ready to hit the muddy season when the fighting starts calming down, and there's less fighting, and basically digging in, making defenses, things along those lines. You got, it's like the fighting gets restricted, but Ukraine, with a celebration underneath there, I think this is actually Ukraine's had quite the victory because this was going to be a massive Russian summer offensive that was going to push forward, and I don't think they've gotten anything. If anything, they've retreated the Black Fleet. They've lost dozens of aircraft to drone strikes. Drones are just the warfare has changed dramatically with the introduction of drones into it, and to the point where the U.S. military, with all the money that we have, our tanks are useless against this stuff, against an enemy that has skilled drone pilots and things like that. They were never designed for a top-down assault. They're designed for a very XY plane, not the Z-axis.
It's completely changed military tactics.
Yeah. Is Ukraine gaining? I think they are gaining only in that Russia cannot maintain the losses that it's incurring.
Yeah.
Gary has beer. I have iced tea.
Sure, that's iced tea.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Coming in late, but you two are a nice antidote to all the crisis. Blessed and enjoy, everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers, Brittany.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, yeah, I want to see
Renee. This. I would love to know the energy around Kamala's book tour. I have tickets to see her next month in Chicago. Oh, hey, it's Giggly Aaron. Hi, Giggly Aaron. I'd love to know the energy, too. Let's see. What's the energy on Kamala's book tour? And this, by the way, is a great forum for this, because if Dave and I did a reading on the energy on Kamala's book tour, there'd be 1,000 people that would watch it.
Gary, XXX wants to know how much crack you're going to smoke this week. Oh, he does have a crack issue. I try to tell him crack is whack, but hey, man, you just can't get the crack out of him.
Oh gosh. Okay. So Kamala's book tour, what's the energy around it? Ace of Wands. We're taking new actions. We're sending our message out there. No doubt about that. Ace of Cups. And some people are not going to like this message. This is going to be heartfelt. The Sun. I'm going to shine a light on the truth of the situation. And there'll be a lot of communications going on. And it may change your perspective on things. That's what I got.
Yeah. Interested. I want to read on that one too, because she's made comments about how she doesn't want to be, part of the political system as it's currently designed. And so I think she's probably going to call it like it is, whether, the stuff that's happening behind the scenes that she had to deal with. Because I think there was some stuff where she said Biden actually had some harsh words for her that were unexpected. Let's see. Hang on. Kamala Harris, what do we have going on here with your book tour? 5 of Swords. She can take no prisoners type of action. She's going to let people know what's going on. And it's going to get broadcast on. When this book is released, there's going to be a lot of talk about this. And it's going to sort of underscore her district attorney chops, her attorney general chops, a Knight of Wands. And it's a progression. It's sort of like, things don't get fixed Hang on for a second. Hey,
Yeah.
X. Yeah, X. I tried to answer your question. It was already insulting. You want to come in here? You're going to be banned. Bye bye. Just want to let you know.
Bye, Triple X. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. Sometimes the trolls, they come in here, and thank you for the folks that were pointing it out. When Gary was doing his reading, I was watching because I was waiting after I had I put up his post and asked Gary how much crack he was doing. I tried to use humor to alleviate, take down the situation. It's like, trolls want attention. Okay, you got a little bit of attention. Do you want to hang around or do you want to go now? You got your attention. You got to acknowledge you can leave. Nope, didn't want to leave. Okay, fine. We'll kick you out.
Yeah,
Try to work with you.
Dave and I, we could take a jab or two. If you want to bust our balls a little bit, that's fine. But
And I figured Triple X was basically going to come in and say, "Oh, you guys are a bunch of idiots with your stupid tarot and blah 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 blah." Go away.
yeah,
Go somewhere else.
There are so many things for you to do on YouTube. Go enjoy something. Do something that you enjoy.
You want to bring hate here, go for it, but you're just going to get blocked, and now you're going to be bored because you can't troll anyone. So, bye. Go somewhere else. And maybe
Dave and I, we fish it out. We could take it, but if you're just going to be mean spirited and it's just like, okay, we just don't have time for that.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
We got this.
Yay! Thank you so much, Patty Frankenstein.
Yeah, I know, Grace. They aren't very creative with a name like Triple X. I know, right? I mean, when the person comes back in as Roxanne with triple X's in the middle, it just what you've got going on there. I want to talk about groypers for a second.
Oh dear.
This is the Nick Fuentes group. America is being taken down by a bunch of incels, which are involuntary celibates, young men who don't know how to treat women, how to interact with women, and assume that everything they've seen in online porn is exactly what a woman wants in this world. That's how clueless they are. And girls don't have any time for them and will not make any time for them. And so they go online with their gaming groups and they do first-person shooters. They go on their Discord chats and, they're isolated, living in their parents' basement. They don't have much of a hope for a future. They'll never know the touch of a woman outside of pornography or a stripper or prostitution type of thing. Not a stripper, but a prostitute. Yeah, they're angry dorks. And so then you get Charlie Kirk, you get Nick Fuentes going in there and he sort of rallies them. And then these group of trolls become their own community.
Yeah.
And, they get off on criticizing and degrading other people, especially women, because it makes them feel better about themselves. And then eventually somebody gets them riled up and there's guns available because guns are part of that culture. You get the first person shooters, they start getting desensitized. You get some neo-Nazis in there. They start telling you who your enemy is and start getting angry on things like that. And it can lead to a situation like we saw with Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
Where Charlie Kirk was the enemy because he wasn't radicalized enough. And, and now all of a sudden the Republicans are trying to quash free speech because Charlie Kirk, and the right want to go into a civil war with Democrats because Charlie Kirk, and all this stuff. And it's a bunch of freaking teenage dorks, angry dorks who are socially awkward and don't have any hope or a sense of community, bringing the downfall of the United States. And it's the media's fault because it's giving them way more power than they deserve.
Yeah, give them a big mouthpiece.
And how do you fix it? You give young people hope. Student loan forgiveness would be a great start. You know, you're not $40,000, $50,000 buried in college debt and watching it double every 7 to 10 years because you can't pay it off. You know, getting jobs for young people, getting stuff that they actually have hope for the future. Because right now, hell, most of our audience is our age or older, and we're worried about the future. We're at the end of our lives. These poor slobs have to freaking live through all this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Future hat person. Thank you, Stars and Books.
Brenda, pretty much. And they feel hopeless, so they lash out however they can.
You know, that reading on Melania was so much fun because, you know, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, David, but
I do. How could you say that?
I know David's been having kind of a tough, not week, but it's been a tough 2025. Dave really takes a lot of this to heart. And once you start getting bad news after bad news, it just really gets down. And it was just so nice to see Dave having a little bit of fun with it. Those always make these videos so much better when David is really
not being a total salty grump. Fuck this guy. Screw that guy. You would never know. I'm a rather optimistic person. It's because hope leads. Because unfortunately, hope leads to disappointment. If you give hope, you're giving disappointment a chance. And then when you watch that, half of the country doesn't seem to want to embrace any type of hope. They just want to be miserable, bring other people down to their misery. It leads to even more huge disappointment.
That was actually like kind of a quote in Ted Lasso. It's like, it's the hope that gets you.
Yeah, pretty much. Where is it? Mibs, you've summarized it well.
Yes.
And I'm a miserable empath because I've not learned how to isolate the outside stuff from affecting me. Yeah. And I've been afflicted with this since childhood. And I say afflicted because right now it's a burden to bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many childhood problems arise from being an empath. Let's see. It's Hi, Kurt, comment. There we go. All right, let's see. Where are the cats? The cats are running around somewhere.
I've got one sleeping on the table outside. Punky's sleeping outside right now. Let's see if I can wheel the camera his direction. Let's see. We're gonna go on a little trip on Gary's backyard. There's Punky sitting on the table. Hey, Punk. Say hi. Yeah. What'd you wake me up for? Did you see him?
I did.
Okay.
Michelle closed the door to my office so the cats don't come in, I think. Or she might be vacuuming soon, which means that there's going to be a bunch of noise.
Well, it'll just counteract the noise that you and I have been making all this time.
Pretty much. Anyone notice that felon Captain Bone Spurs isn't wearing a wedding ring?
Oh, I had not noticed. Gina V was asking a question.
Has he ever worn a wedding ring?
I don't know.
That would just seem like such a thing he wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Because it would be like, yeah, I'm married and I'm off the market. And when somebody, I think it was probably a question asked to Michael Wolff, or Michael Wolff related, like, aren't you worried that Melania will divorce you? And it's like, you know, I'm a billionaire. How long do you think I'd be on the market for?
Yeah. Laura Loomer would take care of that instantly. So Gina V asked, "Hey, does your mom watch?" No, but we allege that she likes to troll us. You know what?
Yeah, Triple X for all we know is mom.
Triple X was mom. I wish that was another burner. Mom.
Darn, I'm mad that I missed the opportunity to perpetuate that myth about her mother. Mom, you said you weren't going to troll us anymore.
You know, I'm going to have to reach out to mom and find out, okay, where. Let me check my Find Friends and see. She was supposed to be at some sort of event. Let's see if she's home.
Hey, even if you're at an event, you could be bored and troll your sons. Get the little.
Oh, she's home.
and-
Yeah, there's a good likelihood that Triple X was on Mom's burner account.
She's probably making a new account now. Triple X squared or something. I don't know. Why doesn't Trump wear a wedding ring? No, Trump and wedding rings. Let's just look at that real quick. Well, he's king of the world.
He's got everything else.
Page of Cups. It's health related. It's no. You know what? I was about to say it's health related with this, but it's not. It's just like he does whatever he wants. It probably is health related. I mean, if you're getting the IVs and stuff like that, your hands are probably his tiny little hands are getting swollen. But I would want to go see if he's ever worn it, because it's kind of like I don't need to do that. I have the money. You're already taken care of. And, if I have that, then I miss the opportunity to chase after young things because it would be like a turnoff. Yeah, it just like, I guess where I'd want to go with it is that if he wore a wedding ring, to him, it would symbolize that he's really connected with this spouse, mm-hmm. and that he's not looking for additional opportunities when they present themselves. It's kind of like the...
Marie Schlattler's got a great comment. She said, my ex said that he didn't want to wear his ring because the ladies wouldn't talk to him. That is the exact opposite of my experience. I found that after I had gotten married, when my first wife and I got married, if I went to a bar with like John, for example, some of our friends, women were more likely to talk to you if you had a wedding band on because you weren't a threat to them. And so it's one of those things where, you know what? If you're going to make the vow, take the vows and make the commitment, you may as well wear the darn ring.
That's an interesting thought. And I agree with you, Raquel, that and he wants to be royalty so bad. He's got this. It'd be hilarious to find out that Trump watches, like he's at the he watches the Hallmark Network and watches all these women that are working at a coffee shop somewhere, and then they have to go back to gingerbread land to save their father's gingerbread farm. And on the bus ride over there, they meet a European person that they don't realize is the Prince of Estovia or something like that. It's like he wants to be the prettiest little princess who gets a crown.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Attraction Manifestors. Absolutely. Cheers to that. Hi, Mom.
Exactly. I guess she figured we're going to inherit it on her demise anyway, so she'll have some fun with it before it goes.
Do you think, okay, so Amethyst Lapis Tarot, which is a great name.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's not Mom, but that would be a great decoy account if Mom wanted to do that. Put a donation to the channel to throw us off the scent. We'll see if Amethyst Lapis Tarot comes back and trolls us.
So here's some amethyst, and here's some lapis.
That's a big piece of lapis there. Holy shit.
It's like a bookend.
I didn't even know what lapis was until the kids started playing Minecraft.
Oh, for those that have been curious about that cabinet back there, I do have a video up on my channel in the About Me playlist where I spent about 15 minutes showing off the cabinet over there and the stuff that's inside of it. And the other fun bit, I don't know if this is going to translate well on this live screen.
Diane Kekik, I think that's a great idea. We should get Trump a pretty princess game.
What he really wants is a tiara, right? Well, I can't find my.
Thank you, Libby. I appreciate that. Cheers. Hey, drink if you got them.
Oh, did we get another donation?
No. It's Blue Moon 30 with Libby Webb. Yeah. Hey, I don't want to drink alone. Grab your favorite adult beverage. Join in. It's 5 o'clock summer, folks.
Exactly. All right. So let's see. What's the next question here?
What is
bismuth? Bismuth crystal is amazing, right? Bismuth, they heat it up and they let it cool down, and it forms like these little square steps, kind of like the art pictures that you see on the wall with all the staircases going in all sorts of directions. It's kind of a cubic thing. It's really cool. A 20-inch amethyst geode cathedral I got with my inheritance.
Wow.
I love them, but you have to figure out how to keep it dusted. Usually, you have to go in with soap water and a toothbrush to get all the crystals cleaned out here.
Yeah, you can defend yourself against a home invasion with something like that.
Whew. Let's see. Here you go, Gary. This one's
good. Hey, yeah, I'd be happy to do a reading on Putin. We haven't talked about Putin in a while. Hey, how's Vladdy doing? Good old Vladimir Putin. See how our boy Vlad's doing. You know, when Dave and I did health readings on Trump and Putin and whatnot and Netanyahu, we kind of saw that once one domino falls, they all kind of the spacing is going to be pretty tight. Yeah. Was the energy we got on that? How's Putin doing these days? Entertainment purposes only. Oh my!
Did you get the death card? No, it's close.
Yeah, that's not the death card, but you could smell it from there. 10 of Swords. You've been attacked. There's not much more that they can do to try and kill you. It's like the Rasputin card. Oh my god. I'll do a 4-carder. How's he doing? Main clarifier, 9 of Swords. Just a nightmare situation. This is probably one of those things where the war just can't end. He can't end the war. He doesn't know how to get out of it. It's been too many battles. It's going on too long. He keeps trying to attack, taking actions, but nothing seems to be resolving it. And he's no longer the star. It's, his star has shifted over to Zelensky. I think, the reading I get from that is maybe Russia's getting ready to put a new star in charge.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's exactly, his star has fallen. He's pretty much at the end game now. Of course, I've been saying he's at the end game for the last couple of years, but there we go. Let's see. Can you see anything there? You can kind of see that one calcite on the top, the orange one, and there's some purple fluorites that you can see.
Yeah, I can see that.
My little UV, it's a UV light that I've got going on here. The room's not quite dark enough to really capture all of it. Let's try to see it.
I can see the purple, the one that kind of a bluish purple off to the right.
Yeah, the whole top shelf of that's all UV. It's all reacts to UV light. It'll fluoresce. Okay.
No, Robin, the Russian oligarchs are not happy with Putin. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Disney's lost about $4 billion in market value since cancer. Yeah, but what's Disney's market value, though? I mean,
the market cap?
Yeah, I bet you it's way more than that. I don't know if that's 10%. Do you think? Can't be that much.
Let me ask.
I did. No, Michelle was asking if we had our Disney Plus account still. She was looking to try to cancel it, and it took a while to figure out which avenue we had signed up for Disney Plus. But ended up canceling my Disney Plus last night, which is a bit of a bummer because I do enjoy. It's like one of the few things that I will jump on TV and watch an old Marvel movie or some of the Star Wars stuff. But if you don't vote with your wallet, there won't be any change. I can always sign up for Disney Plus later, but right now they have to understand that you don't comply in advance with fascism.
Yeah, man.
You cannot do it. And if they think, okay, well, we'll get our merger, well, that's great. What good's your merger going to do when you don't have any viewers watching it? Yeah.
208 billion.
Yeah. So, while 4 billion is 5%,
Yeah.
it's not an insignificant chunk.
No,
Yeah.
it's 2.5%.
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
my mathing didn't math. Let's see.
For a DJT Halloween ornament, let an apple trip.
You sure you don't mean an orange?
You can dust it with a little bit of orange paint there. Thank you, Michelle. Now, hey, Dave, I just want to give you a heads up because you probably haven't noticed, but
Thank you,
Michelle wrote a Tennessee, or I'm sorry, that's Tennessee Chin. That I'm thinking of Kentucky Bell. Never mind. Thank you, Tennessee Chin. Appreciate it. Wrong commenter.
Let's see. Guess we won't be wishing upon Disney anymore. Wishing upon a star? Yeah. It's just, yeah. The people are protesting outside of Disney. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's see what else do we have on here. Comments.
Yeah. Hey, Groving Road.
When will Nurgle's rot on his hand take Donald Trump? We can read on, hey Mike. We can read on Trump's health, or the indication of what that patch is on his health.
Please define to me what Nurgle's rot is, because that sounds like something you would know that I wouldn't know.
No idea. I have no idea what you're talking about, and that totally wasn't my friend Mike from Niagara Falls area in Ontario, Canada.
Is that Mike?
Yeah.
Is that something in Baldur's Gate, Nurgle's rot?
No, it's not. It's a Warhammer 40K reference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
If you remember, Nurgle or Nurglings are the chaos god of disease and pestilence.
Okay. I didn't play Chaos. Okay, so
Chaos.
Well, when will Nurgle's rot take over Trump's hand? What's going on with Trump's hand there? Because even they were showing it, and you could totally tell they got makeup and what on it. He's too busy shaking hands, apparently. So what's going on with his hand? We got the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of work being done. He should be relaxing. He should be thinking about what he wants to do, but he's too busy being the star, trying to grab headlines. High Priestess. This is about secrets out there, and then underneath it, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Something new coming forth. I'm not getting much about Nurgle's rot, but I think this has been a fairly consistent message. Is that Trump really needs a vacation. I mean, he needs to basically hand off responsibility.
See what you did there.
What did I do?
Hand off responsibility.
Oh, yeah, but I'm pumped.
I think he's being given advice to relax, and he won't do it because he needs to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, he needs to be the star all the time.
I want to read on it too because I had my things for September 22nd. Magician, manifestation, also the illusion. The cover up is an illusion. Ten of Swords, things coming to a close. Needing to take care of your health. Taking care of your health. And the Fool card. I mean, they're covering it up, which is a foolish thing to do because it's like by covering it up. It's like he psychologically doesn't notice that he's got health problems. He needs to be taking care of his health in a big way. And if he doesn't, his health is going to take care of him.
Yes.
He's not in a good way. He really, really is not. We all keep waiting for that our phones to buzz, breaking news. But it hasn't happened yet. But it probably will happen. It'll happen suddenly.
Someone was asking much earlier in the comments about JD Vance and will he be able to manifest MAGA the way Trump does. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but Gary the analyst doesn't think that. I don't think JD Vance has the star power and the influence over over Congress or over the electorate. He just doesn't have the charisma. People just don't really, they're not going to rally for JD. He's more of a voice of reason. He's just not MAGA enough, and it's a cult of Trump.
I want to address this when Trump really needs a vacation. He'd have to work some to need a vacation. Yeah. His regular schedule is maybe an hour or two a day. Absolutely agree with you. But the thing is, it's not a vacation from the White House. He needs a vacation from social media.
Mm.
He needs to be away where, like, he could rest all day long, maybe pretend like he's golfing or something along those lines, and he's not reading the news, he's not on his phone doom scrolling, he's off of his minor social media page, just literally, you drop his butt on a desert island somewhere with a bunch of Big Macs in a hammock and just let him decompress. Instead, the way he's going, he's not going to decompress, he's going to decompose.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? He's too big of a narcissist. Yeah, that's Gary Starkart. It's the only thing that feeds him, which is why he did so many rallies even when he was president, because the first time around, it's the only thing that fills him with anything, and even then, the happiness comes from within. I want you to think about that. Trump, to my knowledge, has never been happy. Have you ever seen him happy? It's just, I don't even think he knows what the concept of happiness or joy is. It's just not there because it's vacant in him. So as much as you might hate the guy and hate how he's destroying everything he touches and makes people's lives miserable, he has no concept of what that is. He has no concept of humor. And
it's certainly not self-deprecating humor. He cannot look at himself and laugh.
Yeah. There was a British article that was posted on that years ago, and I've seen people read it. It's like his laughter is usually a cruel joke or a sarcastic comment. There's no genuine humor. You could put like Robin Williams next to him and have Robin Williams fire off jokes.
Oh yeah,
and Trump would sit there stone-faced, not laughing because he just doesn't understand that concept. So there's no happiness, there's no joy, there's no laughter in that man's world. And he hates dogs, so he doesn't have any examples of unconditional love.
Yeah. And you have to have a pretty sharp intellect to really kind of come back and have wit. If he doesn't have wit, he has grievances.
Yeah. Mashed potatoes.
Exactly.
That's for us. For people not familiar, Mary Trump has shared that story in her book. And Donald was 5, picking on his little brother who was like 3.5, and just tormenting him at a dinner table while the grandmother was making dinner. And Donald's older brother, Mary Trump's dad, was trying to get Donald to stop, and Donald wouldn't stop because even at 5 years old, he understood that trampling people's boundaries is what he enjoys doing the most. So the grandmother had just put out a big bowl of mashed potatoes on the table because she's cooking for 4 kids and 3 adults. The mother and father had not arrived yet. And out of frustration, Fred Trump, it was Fred Jr., picked up the bowl of mashed potatoes and just dumped it on Donald's head. The mashed potatoes bowl and all. And you could just sit there with mashed potatoes dripping on him. And Donald it stopped him. He was shocked and stopped him. And then Donald's older sister, every year at either Thanksgiving or Christmas, related the mashed potatoes story, to the delight of everybody at the table except Donald, who just would cross his arms and scowl because he'd been humiliated in front of people, and it worked and left a mark on him.
Yeah. Hey, so Raquel had asked a couple times, guys, do a reading on the coming week. Many are asking. I have a bad feeling. I actually saved a couple of comments that folks wrote back in the July-August timeframe, basically seeing that this was going around this date was going to be some interesting times.
Yeah, so certainly the readings I've had asking if he would still be in power at the solstice, man, I kept getting the death card. Hell, yeah. I got the death card 3 times reading when he was over in England. So the death card doesn't necessarily mean physical death, but certain things are coming to a close, and we know his health sucks.
So maybe that's something we can read on to release during the week, if that's something that interests you, versus doing it live.
Touched on this one a little bit earlier on a quick little read. It wouldn't surprise me, even a little bit. I don't want to really jump too much into that one, but I wanted to let you know that if you're just joining now, much earlier in the video, we did a read on something similar to that. It's one of those topics that's so horrific to think about that I've not tackled it on my channel because I think it happened. We're getting to the YouTube stuff. Why can some videos be translated, other ones cannot? I don't know the answer to that. I had gone into my videos and I had turned off the translator for like 1 or 2 because some people were saying like they were in Spain and even though they wanted to hear my voice but read the subtitles. And then after I turned it off, I had some folks in Germany say that all of a sudden they only listened to the videos and now the translation was off, I think, or something along those lines. So it's like, gee, so I turned on the translation again. So Juan, are you asking is it an audio translation that's missing or is it a closed caption subtitle translation that's missing?
Hey, did you, several people have pointed out in the chat that the closed captions for our channel is Twin Terror.
Yes, whenever I say tarot, it always comes up as terror, the way I pronounce it.
They might have been around when we were little.
Yeah, and my channel's Terror by the Bay.
Terror by the Bay. Oh, great.
Let's see. I don't know, Gary, do you think that's an inside job? There's some things that don't make sense.
When this first happened, and we were starting to learn a little bit about the shooter and his family background, I was puzzled as to what the motivations were, but I knew it was going to be complicated. And then as you learn more about his relationships with his family, his relationships with his roommate, my gut feeling is a 20-year-old kid, technically an adult, 20-year-old kid that didn't play the tape to the end, didn't think it all the way through, acted like a 20-year-old, and did something regrettable. I don't know if I want to jump down the rabbit hole that's an inside job. I don't get a gut feeling about that. What do you think?
I thought when they arrested him that they got the right guy.
Yeah.
The problem is that people are pointing out things that don't make a lot of sense. Inconsistencies. Where like he climbed up on the roof, but it's like the first time he'd been to that campus or something along those lines. And he had a sniper rifle with the scope that I think, and I haven't seen the videos. The speculation is the videos didn't see him going down with the gun, that he disassembled this rifle and put it in a backpack. But it's an old type of rifle that doesn't break down easily, and parts would be potentially would be sticking out of the backpack. That, or he had the gun shoved down his leg, and he had to jump down from the building and then go off to the woods, and there's no indication that the gun's in his leg. Then he reassembled the gun, wrapped it in a towel, left it in the woods, and then sent a bunch of text messages to his roommate in using speak that we would not expect out of a 20-year-old. It looks like a Chat GPT conversation, complete with full sentences and punctuation.
Oh,
and referring to there's a policeman in a squad car, and that using other terms that we wouldn't call it a police car. We call it a squad car. We call it a police car.
Yeah.
We're gonna say police. We say cops. You're always shortening things down. And people have pointed out that what was in the message basically is, they said, every question a prosecutor would need to prove to prosecute.
Oh, that's interesting.
In the message.
Okay.
I did this act. Nobody knew about it. I have the gun. Here's where the gun is. I had these things inscribed on the bullets. I'm hiding at this. I thought I would die with this one, but I left you a note under my keyboard at home. And, just a bunch of stuff that it could be real, but it starts getting ridiculous after a while.
Yeah. Okay. So I was not aware of that. That is really sus.
And the other part was, but some folks were taking me to task with it, saying, you said the suspect wasn't going to get caught. Well, yeah, I did. I said, yeah, because I thought they may be escaping to a different country, a non-extradition country or something. But it's funny that it's like, well, he really didn't get caught by the FBI. His father turned him in. The FBI threw the pictures out there because they didn't know who the hell this guy was. Yeah, and as Esca Studio says, he started off the thing, always referred to his roommate as my love. His roommate's transitioning, by the way.
Yeah.
So they finally got their trans person.
Yeah,
involved in all this.
Exactly. That's very interesting.
So does he have anything to do with it? Maybe. Oh, and he also mentioned something about some crazy old man got arrested to provide destruction. How would he know? Because literally it was, you take the shot and you go. How would you see the crazy old man? How would you even know about the crazy old man? Yeah,
I know. You'd be like running like hell.
Because all the police said was they arrested a suspect. I remember seeing some folks saying that it was a man was arrested, and some people were saying it was an old man. But yeah, it just, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. And I've not been reading cards on this event simply because I want more information to come out. That's all. And until we get more information out, I don't want to speculate. And even as some people said, Patel's out there saying that Trump's not in the Epstein files. He won't admit that Trump's in the Epstein files. And if we can't trust the head of the FBI to be honest and truthful, how can we trust anything that he's authorizing being released from the FBI to be honest and truthful? I don't think the FBI is corrupted, but Patel is, I think there's shenanigans going on. It's going to be a while before we really know what happened. I only flagged someone to read it. Some of your videos allowed audio translation into other languages, but the recent ones don't. Subtitles still work, but the audio translation option is missing, especially in Spanish. That's weird because I activated it. I'll go look again to see if it's activated, but I know I did activate it. Oh gosh.
You want to do some personal questions or just chat time? Kind of the whole thing's been chat time.
I know, right? Any other questions people want to throw out there? I think we've answered most of the flagged ones I had. Let's see. Do I have any other flagged ones? Let's see. You got this one. I hadn't heard this.
Tom Home was caught in the FBI sting taking
I want to verify that that's true. No offense, Janice, but I haven't heard that one, and I want to make sure that I can back it up with some news source. Otherwise, it's just, let's see. Okay, Tom Homan investigated for accepting $50,000 from undercover FBI agents. Trump's DOJ shut it down.
Oh boy.
Let's see. An undercover operation last year, the FBI recorded Tom Homan accepting $50,000 in cash after indicating he could help the agents who were posing as business executives win government contracts in the second Trump administration. Nope, we get to read on that. Fuck that guy. Or the Trump administration shut it down. What will come of this?
What will come of it?
Let me blow you up here.
Well, we got to keep our secrets. Nothing to see. Just walk away. Don't shine a light on this, or a line will get shine on this. The Emperor. I have gotten the Lover's card on the bottom of my deck like 3 or 4 different times today. Okay, so we've got our secrets. This is the card that is kind of pivotal on this, is because the 8 of Cups, does that mean he wants Homan to walk away, or he just wants this problem to go away? Make this problem go away. On one hand, Trump wants it quiet. He doesn't want this, but there's a light that's been shown on it. It's all about the relationships. My gut feeling is that nothing's going to come of it.
It looks like you just read the current energy on it. That's almost verbatim exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this happened. Yeah, we know, intelligence knows about it. Trump shut it down.
Yep.
Even though the information's out there. Let's see what I can get on that, because maybe I'll get a future thing on this one. Will this Homan case come back up later on? 7 of Cups. If it does, it's due to integrity. More evidence, and there's going to be more evidence coming out about this. Underneath it all, the 6 of Swords. When things calm down, or there's a progression going on right now. There's going to be a whistleblower that comes in, or something along those lines, revealing the secrets. It's going to be about the wealthy person enriching themselves. Definitely about the money. Yeah, it will. It will come out. There will be a prosecutor that's going to be assigned to this case. It'll have to be after this administration's gone. They will not do it while this administration is currently in power. Empty chair. Oh yeah, sorry, Mr. Empty Chair. Where's Clint Eastwood when you need him? Debating empty chairs. Collins, Susan Collins, being challenged by a fisherman for not governorship. She's going for senatorship, right? She's a senator. She's not the governor. Unless the governor's named Collins too.
Let's take a look. Governor of Maine.
Clarification, Teresa. This is how hard it gets, because you have to keep track of all these different things here.
So Janet Mills is the governor of Maine.
Yeah, it's not Mills. It's definitely Susan Collins. I think it's, but bet you Janet Mills is a Republican, is a Democrat too.
Susan Collins.
I have no idea how I would even do that.
New poll spells trouble for Susan Collins in Maine.
Yeah, senator seat.
Yeah, Democrat Dan Kleben with a lead over Susan Collins. Okay, let's see.
Jillian, I just started your comment. We'll hit that one next. Okay, why don't you read on Susan Collins? What's her future looking like in the Senate?
Susan Collins, future look like in the Senate. Okay, I'm not going to look. Did I get the Lover's card on the bottom again?
You did not.
Oh, thank God. Okay, Susan
It's
Collins.
on the top.
Oops, upside down. Susan Collins' future. Okay, Knight of Pentacles.
Ooh, she just got like $2 million donated to her campaign too.
Yeah, it's right now.
Money in politics is not a problem, right?
So the Knight of Pentacles is kind of a wait and see, observe what's going on. It could be that what this could be saying is she needs to be more active and stop being so passive. Five of Pentacles, people. Okay, so the message that Cleveland is coming back is the cost of living is too damn high. We don't have enough money. You know, people don't have enough money to make ends meet. And his message is resonating. You got the Strength card, and then you got the Moon card. Okay, so right now, I think that her opponent is looking stronger in the polls, and she hasn't quite figured out what path she needs to take forward to basically counteract his message. And underneath, he's bringing something. He is bringing a new message and a new hope, if you will. I do not like Susan Collins' current chances right now. Right now,
I don't either.
And she needs to act if she wants to be reelected.
It looks like she's between a rock and a hard place there, because I think what ends up happening is the economy. It's likely that the economy crashes, and she has to own it.
Yep.
And man, nothing gets you unelected quicker than a lousy economy. Yep. Hakeem Jeffries, yeah, what a freaking disappointment this guy's been. Now, there's to a point, there's only so much you can do when you're not in the majority in the House, but I don't know where the leadership is in this party. I mean, I had a great reading with Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries like 2 years ago. It was a fantastic, very uplifting reading, and there's just been crickets, absolute crickets. So let's take a look and see what's going on. I'm kind of curious what's going on with Hakeem Jeffries at the moment. So let's just regenerate energy with him. It's money. Money in an uncertain future. Secrets that are underneath there. King of Wands taking action. This is where he should be leading. In the past, he had a choice he needed to make that involves money, financial opportunities, the economy, and kind of like not knowing what path to take. It's almost like if you were to ask me, he had to choose between being a progressive or a corporate Dem. Current situation is the Page of Wands. He should be the King of Wands, but he feels like he doesn't have the power to do anything. In the government, I just wonder if he's playing the game now. There's agreements that he's made. It just feels like he's lying low because Trump's in power. He just feels like there's nothing he can do about it. This Ace of Pentacles, I'm hoping it doesn't mean he's on, enjoying feeding at the trough like so many congressmen do. There's still potential value in Hakeem Jeffries. I would be curious to see what happens when the Democrats take the House. Because that's when he's going to have the opportunity to really show us the leader that he is. Right now, other than going on social media and screaming into the ether, there's not much he can do. From a practical sense, there's really not much he can do. And maybe it's one of those that Ace of Pentacles is like he's trying to do the deals that he can do. The government is within 11 days of being shut down to not having a budget. And it's an opportunity for the Democrats to play hardball and get some things done. And But when Trump asked about it, he's like, I don't. I guess Jeffries and Schumer want to meet with Trump. Trump seems to be okay with letting the economy shut down or let the country shut down. But it's like, dude, it's like, and the Democrats should let them. The Republicans are in charge of both houses and they have the presidency. You can make the argument you're fighting to extend Medicare benefits and Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act benefits to people when they need it, especially as we're entering the fall and winter months. You still have COVID out there. You got flu season coming in, all sorts of things like that. You can make an argument that you're working for the American people and let the Republicans shut stuff down. I mean, what's Trump going to do that he hasn't already done with the government operating functionally? It's not like he's going to do anything worse.
Yeah.
So let him own it. Favorite Star Trek episode? Now, I guess the one question is going to have to be, which flavor? Original Trek, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Generations, which I haven't watched any of.
Let's start with OG.
OG. I'd rather give like a top three because Trouble with Troubles is absolutely hands down the funniest Star Trek one.
Yes.
And even with Deep Space Nine, I think it was, they go back to visit Trouble with Troubles. I finally had that clip show up on TikTok, so I finally got to see them looking at Worf, wondering what the hell happened with Klingons. Mirror Mirror is absolutely fabulous episode.
Yep. Your antagonizer, please, Mr. Kyle.
Yes, Mr. Kyle. And it's funny because it's like you have one that's just a comedy, which is not a normal Star Trek episode, and one which is a parallel universe, which is not a normal Star Trek episode. You don't really appreciate Mirror Mirror until you've watched a lot of Star Trek so that you understand who the characters really are.
Yes.
Third one.
I agree with your the first two that you've mentioned. I totally agree.
And now it's like, let's see what other ones are out there. Like Balance of Terror is always a fun one.
That was my number 3, actually.
Amok Time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the other ones.
Patterns of Force is a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking of Patterns of Force. But I'd probably go with Balance of Terror because it delved into a lot of things.
Yeah, it's kind of like a submarine.
It's a submarine versus destroyer type thing.
Right.
Next Generation, pretty much any episode with Q in it. But I think
yes. John Delancey was just amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I forget. It's Tapestry, I think is what it was called. But I call it It's a Wonderful Q. Oh, and that's the one where Picard gets stabbed by a Nausicaan in the opening episode, or he's shot and his heart is given up, and then they go back and look how his heart got damaged in a fight with Nausicans, and he goes back and relives his youth as an adult.
Yeah, and the number of times Dave and I have said, play Domjot.
Domjot human.
Human, play Domjot. Deep Space Nine, The Visitor. I don't know if it was an episode where Cisco he's saving Jake from getting zapped, and he gets put into like, he goes like to the Veil. He's like out of the current timeline.
Oh, yeah, I think so, because they're showing how time is not linear on that part of it. They're talking about time not being linear.
The whole episode is Jake trying to come up with a way to save his dad. He devotes himself to science. He devotes his entire life to saving his dad. It's a great episode. Real tearjerker episode. Fantastic episode.
It's almost, you're better off with those ones. It's almost better off saying what are your favorite characters on there.
Well, I went to a convention and I got to meet. I got to talk to Michael Dorn. I got to talk to Armin Shimmerin and Rene Aubergenois, and I loved Odo and Quark. They just
the comic relief between those two.
Yeah, absolutely, just wonderful.
Now I will say, like, and Deep Space Nine, Garrick the tailor.
Yes.
Favorite character. I like Odo a lot, but Garrick, favorite character, hands down.
Andy Robinson, fantastic person.
And Next Gen, John Delancey is Q because he was perfect.
Yes.
Just arrogant, irreverent. It was just sort of like, don't tell me what to do. I'm omnipotent, you puny human. Duh. Who's the other one?
Anything with the Borg was fun too.
Yeah, I like the Worf character a lot, but I'm drawing a blank now. I know there's another one that I absolutely and Galron, the Klingon.
Big guys.
Big eyes. He was like the slimiest Klingon of all the Klingons ever. And it's like it was a kind of a new aspect. He was a cunning Klingon as opposed to a brutal Klingon.
Yes, exactly.
And it was neat to see the cunning come out with it. It's funny because these are all things that traits I would never hold dear in real life, but it's fun to watch those characters. So if heaven is all watching down on us like a Star Trek episode, they probably love Donald Trump because he's an absolute incredible villain. Not so much.
I saw a question there: Kirk or Picard?
Depends what you want. Are you in for a fight? I want Kirk and Chekhov on my side. On a ship fight, that is ship to ship combat. Pretty much anything else with negotiations, I want Picard.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Picard.
Yeah, I would not have said that the first few episodes of Star Trek.
Yes.
Picard surrendered every damn chance he could get. It is aggravating.
The Picard maneuver. Pull your uniform down.
Exactly. All right. Anything else?
No, the best captain was Scotty.
Because he said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me."
No, there was on the Kobayashi Maru. Were you the one that was telling me the different scenarios where like in the canon they go through the Kobayashi Maru and they show Chekhov's solution versus Scotty's solution?
It might have been in one of the books I read or in the later Star Trek movies, not the original Trek or Next Gen. They came up with new Star Treks where Kirk, it shows how Kirk programmed the Kobayashi Maru so he could defeat it.
Well, Chekhov apparently just blew up the Enterprise. Scotty was able to by using engineering skill was able to take it the farthest, but it's a no-win scenario. So every time he would defeat the Klingons, they would come out with more Klingon ships that were more powerful. So it's just like, it's like a zombie apocalypse with more and more powerful zombies coming at you to a point where you just get overwhelmed. Oh, Sulu with the Excelsior, of course.
Yes. Drinking his tea.
Yes.
Oh, and also was referring to Gary's first wife earlier. What was her favorite line from that Star Trek movie?
Oh, do you have a hearing problem, mister?
That's right. When an order is issued, you obey it. And when he whips around, he goes, "Do you have a hearing problem?"
Oh, they're giving all sorts of Sulu. Fly her apart, then. What else we got out there? Kirk blew up the Prime Directive more times than any human being ever did. They're constantly violating the Prime Directive. Thanks, Acadian Proud. Linda Lancaster. Halloween reads in costume.
I don't have any costumes.
You gotta have. It could be Melania.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm hoping it come as a corpse and it could be Trump for Halloween, but
Oh my God.
I don't think we get to be that lucky. Yeah, and for Osa's comment, I love Janeway and Voyager. I think what happened was I went to grad school when Voyager was on. So I was watching the first season or two of Voyager, and then I was in grad school and all TV watching went out the window and it never came back. Pretty much my pop culture stopped in the early mid 90s as far as TV watching goes, and just done. No more time. All right. Anything else?
Did you get all the donations? I saw a couple come.
Well, let me see.
Yay, Linda! Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. Then you mentioned Neela. I didn't realize it was because it was
appreciate that. So, Dave, were you Picard, or your answer depends if it was a fight or if it was a negotiation?
Yeah. If I could only pick one, yeah, I would take Picard over Kirk. If nothing else, just the Patrick Stewart character is so much more tolerable. Best line ever, though, was McCoy to Kirk in the Star Trek movies when Kirk has just gotten done grabbing another alien, and then McCoy shows up. What the hell's wrong with you?
No. The quote was, "What is it with you?" It's when they were in the penal colony, and what is it with you? Now, I think the best one is Worf's quote. Sir, I must protest. I am not a married man. They made memes out of that. Any other donations that we? I saw there was 2 orange ones that came back to back. I don't know if we addressed those or not.
I'm sorry, 2 what?
Orange, like that yellow-orange color.
Well, go over to the starred thing on your chat. That's where you see them, but I don't see any orange ones. Oh, here we go. We got this one.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Teresa.
But that was a while ago, and you've already seen this one.
Yeah.
Future hat purposes. Those are the only orange ones I've seen in here.
Okay.
That's from way back when.
Yeah, those were back then. Those must have been ones I saw.
Well, what good are you?
They're not much. Oh, and then Giggly Aaron gave us a super sticker. Thank you, Giggly Aaron.
Oh. How come it's not showing up?
Still showed up in mine.
Huh, must have directly sent it to you.
Well, Giggly Aaron clearly knows the smarter of the Montgolfier, the cleaner of the Montgolfier brothers.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget Loxana Troy.
I had
because now I understand why people think she's a really annoying character.
Oh,
but I loved how she always had Picard on the back of his heels.
Yes,
always had him on his heels, to the point where Riker was always smirking. You can see where Riker and her would get along famously. Mm-hmm. Because Riker always, he smirks a lot, and he sees a lot of humor in things, and watching Loxana just be Picard's kryptonite every is hilarious. And Matchel Barrett got to play. She was number 1 in the pilot, and she was Nurse Chapel, and she got to be the voice of the computer, and she got to be in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Mrs. Roddenberry there got a lot of mileage out of that show.
Absolutely. What else you got for us?
So you're heading out of town, huh?
Yeah. So on Tuesday, I'm off to Munich to the Oktoberfest. Our wife and I are going. Our son is flying out a day or two ahead of us. He's going to fly into Frankfurt and take the train up. We're going to fly directly into Munich and meet up with a group of us. There's going to be like 10 of us that are going to be hanging out in the beer tents in Munich together. It's going to be a good time. This will be like my 5th Oktoberfest. Galaxy Quest, yes.
Have you seen Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
Okay, I had a supervisor recommend it to me 20 something years ago or so, saying I would absolutely love it. And it looks like it is right. 'Cause Tim Allen's like he's the star of the show, right?
Tim Allen is the Captain Kirk character.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's on the list of things I should watch. I've never watched all the way through the Brady Bunch movies.
Oh, did you see the first one?
I've seen clips of a lot of the first one, but I've never sat down to watch it from beginning to end.
Okay, so
that's something like that absolutely appeals to mine and my brother's humor because we watched the Brady Bunch growing up, as many of us did, and so I get the references when they go back and all the various scenes, like oh my nose and stuff like that. The Ditmers or the Ditmeyers, however you pronounce their name.
Yes. No, yeah, Brady Bunch movie must watch. It's absolutely hysterical, on point, and Michael McKean's in it. He's Mr. Ditmeyer.
Yeah.
Davy Jones is in it. Absolutely excellent movie. Galaxy Quest is really good as well, because it's Tim Allen is basically playing William Shatner playing James Kirk, and he's got that dismissive William Shatner attitude towards it, where he's not taking it seriously. This is a role. Okay, fine. Hit him with both barrels, you know. It's very irreverent, but it's also, you could totally tell the characters. And there's one character who's got the red shirt. And he keeps putting him in situations like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, I don't have I've got a red shirt. They're constantly putting him in situations where he's going to die.
I'm assuming that he manages to survive these by some twist of fate. It's like, each one's like, oh no, you can't do that.
He is physically resisting because he understands what it is that is going to happen to his character if he does this.
Yeah.
And at the end, they actually give him a name. They give him a character name, so he'll be safe. That's probably what ends him too.
Oh no, the curse is lifted, dead. Okay, we've been going for an hour and 47. Let's wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for joining us on this impromptu live. Do appreciate. We had over 800 people at the peak. Wow. We're down to 700, so doing well.
Yeah,
we're 1/10 of Linda G's attendance.
Gosh, our skill set's probably about the same percentage, so that tracks.
Hope. Let's see. It does. The screen just jumped here. You should be able to Google it. It should be on Netflix or Amazon Prime or something like that.
Yeah, it might not be.
It could even be on YouTube if you do that, because sometimes YouTube rents movies.
Yeah, sometimes YouTube has it. Let me check YouTube really quick, see if they got the Brady Bunch movie. It is absolutely wonderful. Let's see if they got it. You can watch it on Paramount Plus. That stands to reason. It's on Tubi.
I don't know what that is.
There's a 46 second clip of the Brady Bunch movie. It's the closing credits. It's put out there by Sancho Panza. Sancho Panza.
Python
reference. That's a Monty Python reference. Yeah, I'm not seeing the movie on YouTube, but you can see it on Paramount Plus, and apparently Tubi's got it. Okay. I don't know if it's on Netflix.
I'll have to see what Tubi's all about. All right. So Gary is going to be in Germany for several days.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple of videos that Dave and I recorded in the past that either were well received or completely overlooked.
Oh, you're recycling. It's like leftovers.
They are. but some of them, it's interesting to see how well they've aged or not aged.
Maybe you could.
And I've taken the time to kind of rewatch a couple of them.
That would be the first thing I would ask, and the second thing I would ask is either have an intro or an edit that says, originally posted on such and such a date.
Yes.
Probably, because you've done the intro splice before.
Yeah.
I would recommend that much. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not just going to post an old episode and pretend it's modern. It'll definitely have an intro explaining what's going on with it. I'm going to put up the video on kind of where we're heading towards fascism. And then someone had a suggestion in the comments about reading on the energy of the week, because it seems like this might be a very pivotal week, which we could do that together if you want. Otherwise, I could do a solo on that. Yeah,
that's actually what I was thinking I was going to do tonight, given that what's coming up, what I've seen in the past, what's coming up this week, and a lot of people are talking about that. So I was actually thinking I was going to do a energy for the week reading and see where that goes.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. We could totally do that. You do that for the Tarot by the Bay?
Yeah.
Okay. I can always do a solo on Twin Tarot, and then we'll compare notes and see how we did.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. I get a lot of energy and uplift from these. I totally love doing the live streams. They're just so much fun engaging with you folks. I read all the comments. I respond to as many as I can, but it's nice to be able to see them in real time and really acknowledge you guys. This channel's, we do it for you guys.
He does it for you guys.
Because if we did it for us, we'd have a bunch of 2,000 view videos. There are so many ideas. It's just like, hey, Dave, let's do this. No, that's great if you want to get 3,000 views.
Well, when you put the effort in, you want people to see what you're doing. And in the end of the day, we could do a reading on the economy or the First Amendment, which are important stuff. But right now, that's not what's causing anxiety with people. Yeah. So read on the stuff that's causing anxiety. Maybe can take the anxiety down.
Yeah. That's when Dave was doing tarot readings, before I started doing this, that was the one thing I always felt after having Dave do a reading. Is like I felt like some weight was lifted off my shoulders. And we do this for entertainment purposes only, but that is a tangible benefit of doing this. It's just, even if we don't give you the message that you want, it kind of takes the temperature down a little bit. With the left-wing group.
I'll have to look that one up. If that has come out, that would actually be a fun Twin Tarot reading. We might actually have a content for Sunday if this is true.
Yay!
All right, everyone. Have a good weekend, rest of your weekend, and we will catch you in a bit.
Yeah. Take care, folks.
Bye.
Bye.